Morning all. This is the Kings Hill and Wateringbury Circular. As always, let's get on it. There's a squirrel there in that, just by that fence. I don't know if you can see it moving about. You see the tail bobbing about. Here he is. Here he is. And there he goes. You know, what's really nice about this estate is that all the houses are a little bit different. They're not completely uniform. Some really nice styles, some old-fashioned styles of home, and yeah, I think it's quite a nice place. I've never been here before. I didn't even know it existed. So anyway. I don't think I've done a film yet where you're just walking through an estate, but so far it's quite enjoyable. Don't know if you can read that. You might need to pause the film to read that and expand a little bit. But it says that it's a conservation area where they found a World War II pillbox, which they converted into a bat hibernaculum. That took a minute. What a lovely day. It's getting warmer, I can feel it. Getting warmer as the minutes tick by. I think it's due to be about 18 degrees today, which is quite delightful. This house over here, isn't that lovely? What a lovely house. I don't think we've ever done a walk like this where it's straight through one huge housing estate. I think we don't want to be in there, we want to be here. So it's only a 3-mile walk, this one. Nothing too strenuous, hopefully. And like I say, we've got the camp tonight for the RBLI. The Great Tommy Sleep Out, as they call it. Raising some funds for ex-servicemen and women. I'll put a link to my Just Giving page on the film. And if anyone wants to donate a couple of pennies, then you know, that would be really much appreciated. But yeah, at the end of this walk we'll have a nice little camp and see how that goes. It's due to drop tonight in temperature, and I think it's going to rain as well, so we'll have to see how that goes, but I'm sure it'll be fine. It's just a lovely little walk if you want to see a bit of nature. Loads of birds, loads of squirrels, loads of plants and trees. And on a day like this, it's really very, very pleasant indeed. Looks like there's been some heavy tree cutting going on. And some new trees being planted, which is always good to see. Looks like there's a golf course over there. It's a big old barn, isn't it? I'll be honest with you. You know, there's that quote, when a man is tired of London, he's tired of life. Well, in the same way, if I ever get tired of this kind of peace and tranquility and the sounds of the birds, then that's it. I'm done for. Because there is literally nothing better. There's nothing better. Now, we're going straight. We're going straight on. See, for me, this is the best part of the year, because you know that from this point onwards, the weather's going to be good enough that you can get in as many walks as you could possibly want. You know, I'm going to the peaks, I'm going to Dartmoor, I'm doing all these Kent walks as well, I'm doing some camps, you know, and it's that anticipation of what's to come with the rest of the year and the weather. You know, the warm sunshine and the views. It's just beautiful. Garden of England. Going back to this camp that I'm doing tonight, I've been trying to cut down my kit as much as possible so that I can get a good idea of what I'm going to need when I'm maybe going further afield without the car and doing actual proper hiking and then camping at the end of it. And I've got to be honest, even as much as I've cut it down, it still feels like I've got a big heavy pack, but That might change as the weather gets a bit better. Obviously I'm having to account for the fact that it may rain tonight, and well, I think it's definitely going to rain tonight, and you know, food and cooking equipment, sleep system, all the usual stuff, but all those extra little bits and pieces just in case the weather gets bad. What an absolutely lovely place to live this is. Well, it must be. I'm not going to lie, I think I definitely want to move here. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind that this is where I want to live. But then, I haven't been to the Peak District yet, and I'm pretty sure that's going to sway me a little bit. And then there's always North Yorkshire, where my father's from. I mean, that's a beauty like you don't often see. I mean, the countryside, not my father. This is one of those almost ideal walks where everything's just right. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's dry, it's not too hilly. This is a just right walk. Oh, look at that tree. How beautiful is that? That's spring personified right there. How beautiful. God, don't you just love spring? Don't you just love it? Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, that looks pretty special, doesn't it? Whatever's going on there. The stables. So we're coming up to the halfway mark now, and it doesn't even feel like we've got started, if I'm honest. Like I said, it was only a short 3 mile walk, this one, but it's gone by in a heartbeat almost. So it's just such a nice day. Such a nice day. Always worth a reminder, which is it's quite fitting considering the reason I'm camping tonight is for the British Legion, so quite fitting that I've come across that. Now, one of my regular commenters told me recently, I saw a load of these, what I thought were birds' nests, but he actually told me that they were they're mistletoe. And this is why I always say, you know, please tell me if I've got something wrong or if you know something that I don't, because I would have lived under the entire assumption for the rest of my life that they were birds' nests. But no, they are in fact mistletoe. So there you go. And also, we're now at the home of an ex-Lord Mayor of London. 1761 to 1848. Another one of those lovely host houses there. Always lovely to see those host houses. I was nearly put off of doing this walk by some of the reviews saying that there was quite a lot of road walking, which the road walking itself doesn't bother me, but I've still got that kind of occasional embarrassment of walking down the street with a camera, and thinking what I must look like. To be fair, it doesn't bother me that much these days, but every now and then you do feel like everyone's thinking you're mad. But it wasn't much road walking at all, to be fair. So it's definitely beginning to warm up now. I've got the heat on my back, and yeah, now it's t-shirt weather. Of course, we've been going a little bit uphill for the last 10 minutes, so that's obviously going to raise the temperature a little bit. Beautiful, beautiful horses. They're just so lovely, so majestic, such beautiful animals. See you, chaps. Desperately trying to get close enough so I don't frighten it away, which unfortunately I did. It's okay, buddy. So we're about 500 yards from the end of this one. And then I'm going to go home, finish getting all my stuff together for tonight, and try and time it so that I come out and can pitch before the rain hits. But yeah, looking forward to that quite a lot. I haven't done a camp since last year, so this will be the first one for this year. And then I've got another one next month, and which will be a good one, hopefully. A little bit different. And oh, I can smell smoke. Oh, I love that smell. I love that smell. Burning wood. Nothing like it. So as always, you know, if you haven't already, please do like, subscribe, comment. And I mean, comments, I keep saying it, comments, they mean so much, you know. They really mean a lot, because it feels like I'm not just walking around like a madman, rambling to myself. It feels like I'm actually talking to somebody. Shows that, you know, people are listening or watching. And, you know, like I said from earlier with the mistletoe, it means that I learn stuff that I didn't already know, that I didn't know. So do please comment. Likes and subscribes are also great. All helps to push the channel. And anyway, I'm going to shut up now because I'm just rambling. But as always, thank you. And I'll see you later at the camp. So this is us for tonight. We're doing this camp out specifically for the Royal British Legion. It's the Great Tommy Sleep Out of 2025. This raises money for homeless veterans, for help with education and to get them off the streets and hopefully get their lives going again. So that's what we're doing this for. There is a Just Giving page which I've mentioned in previous films. I'll put a link onto it in the film, and anything we earn from this film, as well as any private contributions that people might make, anything we make from this film will go to that as well. I'll give you a little show around where we're staying tonight. I'm the only person here. I've got a place to myself. There's this little fire pit here. I might start burning some logs in a little while, make a little campfire. And we're right here on the River Bute, which runs through Yalding in Kent. I don't know a whole lot about it, if I'm honest, but the River Bute. I suspect it may sort of join onto the Medway somewhere along the line, but yeah. So we've got all that. There's these crows over the road here who've, since I got here about an hour and a half ago, they have not stopped making a racket. I mean, literally have not stopped. Just flying about, screaming. I feel like something's going on. Maybe they're waiting for a storm. Let's hope not. So we've got a tent up here, just tucked away. And we've got this, I bought one of these camp chairs, but thinking that, it'd give me a bit of comfort. My God, they're hard to put together. And then there's all these little pathways. I haven't actually been down this way yet, so I don't know where it heads to. Nowhere. You could come down here to the river, maybe have a little fish or something. It's a lovely early evening. We were expecting rain, as I said earlier in the film. We were expecting it to rain, but it hasn't at all yet. So, yet, I do say yet. And the sun, she's still shining. Look at that. Absolutely lovely. Now I'm not going to do a review of the Helm Compact 1 or the Ice Flame quilt or the Flex Tail sleeping mat. I mean, there's millions of them out there, and they're not paying me, so so that's not what we're all about today. Yeah, this is just really an end to the film and to make it slightly different than the usual walks. I'll do some cooking in a bit, make some nice food, and I suppose at some point the sun's going to go down and we're going to be all alone. It's so peaceful, apart from those crows. making an absolute racket over there. It's so quiet and peaceful. And you know, that's the thing, to be able to just sit here like this in the warmth and sit for 2, 3, 4 hours. Only got you lot to talk to. There's no phone signal. Just to be able to, you know, get back to it. I know it's very, I feel like I'm always talking in cliches, but it really is. It really is just getting back to nature. And it is so good for you. I am dying for a coffee though. Well, it's gone proper dark, and I've just spent 20 minutes looking for a light in the car that was actually right next to the tent. I think it's time to get some food on the go before before I literally can't see a thing. I think that is about 8 minutes. As a rule, I'm not a massive fan of chili. It kind of is what it is, and we need something hot. So we shall see. God, that is so hot. That's not bad, you know. I mean, there's no actual. Oh, there's a bit of a kick. There's a little bit of a kick. Oh, I can hear the foxes. The foxes are out. Right, so I'm going to get my nut down, and hopefully, all being well, I'll see you in the morning. Morning, it's about 6:30, so we've made it through the night. It's a cold morning, I'm not going to lie, it's pretty cold. And First things first, we need to get a coffee. Yeah, it was an interesting first night in the Helm Compact one, if I'm honest. It's a nice tent. It's, for me, I feel it's a little bit too small. My understanding, my impression was it was maybe a little bit bigger than it actually is, but it felt a bit small. And for some reason, the flex tail pillow just wouldn't stay inflated. And it's brand new out of the packet, so I'm going to have to give that a thorough check and see what's wrong with it. But that was probably the major problem of last night, was the pillow. But all in all, we've got about 9 hours, so you know, it's not the end of the world. It's not like I haven't slept at all. I also think I raised a bit more money for the Great Tommy Sleep Out, which was obviously the reason for being here last night. And I have to say, it is an absolutely beautiful morning. It's cold, but it is beautiful. The birds are singing. Those crows haven't stopped since last night. And literally since I got here at about 1:30 yesterday afternoon, the crows haven't stopped, you know, chatting. Oh, I just remembered that I made myself some hot cross buns. That's a little bonus. Oh, that's a relief. I'll say this, filming for camping is a lot more hard work than filming for walks, where you just point and go. This takes a lot more effort, and I'm still getting my head around it a little bit, so you know, bear with me if this one's a little bit all over the place. But you know, the more you try, the better you get, I assume. And I think it's worth doing, because no matter what, every time I come on these camps or go on the walks, I never feel anything but more revived and refreshed, and I just feel better for it, you know. It's really worth doing, I think. So all it leaves really is for me to take the tent down and leave no trace, and get home and do some editing. But thanks for joining us as always, and for the footage that I actually got out of the camp. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care.